It is a Saturday, and you know what that says, or something like that. I forgot how the saying goes. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Holiday Bash. Happy holidays to you. Good one set for tonight in Greensboro for Dynamite. Lots of fun stuff on the agenda and the card for tonight. Should be a fun night of wrestling, so I hope you guys are having a good one, as my camera seems to be a little crooked. And hope you guys are having a great day so far. I've been busy all day, so I'm a little bit out of the loop, wrestling news and all of that. So if there's anything we need to get into or discuss, make sure you let us know in the comments, and hope you guys are having a great day. Let me figure out my windows. I think I should have had this figured out before I came live here. There we go. Now I can see everything. Dynamite over here. Wedding Crashers is wrapping up with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn and company. That movie was funny. Haven't seen it in forever. So that's on now. Good to see who's here. Justin, Freeze Frame, Population, Lambo, Chaz. Right on. There was a Chaz in Wedding Crashers too, right? And the movie is now over. Oh, that's where this movie is set? DC? I didn't know that. There we go. Turn it up, and now we can watch some Dynamite. So what is this? Is this 2 Dynamites left until the move to TBS, right? Unless they preempted next week, but I don't think they did. All right. Cool. We are here. C-Mac and Ahmed, good to see you, man. Welcome. Dynamite starting now. Holiday Bash. Hope you guys are having a great holiday season, holiday week, all that good stuff. Big Christmas holiday coming up here in a couple of days. We're all going to be busy doing that stuff. All right, Dynamite is starting. Fresh beer opened up. Get my mic straight. There we go. Yeah, moving to TBS beginning of 2019. Or 2019, 2022. That's so cool. I've been in that building so many times. I recognize the roof. I want to see what the crowd is like. Do they have a lot of this tarped off, or they got it packed out? Greensboro Coliseum is no small arena. Very cool. Oh, yeah. Now, doesn't Adam Cole have some big present to deliver tonight? I'm hoping that present is KO, the other KO. Where do you rank this Adam Cole AEW theme compared to the Undisputed Era theme? Which one do you like better? I forgot who he's... Oh, yeah, he's facing Cassidy. I mean, you would think if it's in Greensboro and fucking Sting is on the card, because WCW never ran the Greensboro Coliseum. NWA ran it a bunch, but during the Monday Night Wars and stuff, WCW was never there. Everybody booms. I really wish I was there. Be such a fun... I spent a lot of time in that building doing wrestling stuff. It's cool to see AEW there. The crowd sounds packed, I'll tell you that. Holy shit. Lights haven't really come up yet, so you can't get a good look, but, I mean, the bottom is obviously full. I've seen a lot of people saying they prefer the AEW theme, which surprises me. I really like the Undisputed Era, but they're both good. It was a pretty seamless transition for Cole to come in, keep his name, keep a very similar music. Cassidy and Adam Cole. This should be good. I'm not sure about Sarah Logan coming in. She had her baby? But Liv is in WWE, obviously, so you could do a little mini reunion with the two of them. I always liked Sarah. I've seen that opinion a lot, too. they prefer the Undisputed Era, but this one is really good type of thing. I'm just happy for him that he was able to make that move and not have to change a whole lot, you know? I like the lit up Greensboro is all elite sign. Now, unless they have the building flipped, when the hard cam is showing, probably up in the basically the top right part of the corner, maybe where that Thunder Rosa girl's makeup is. If you see her up in the top right of the screen there, that's basically where I sat for Survivor Series in this very building in 2001. 27 years, Tony says. I was about to say, because during the Monday Night Wars, they were not there. So that would have put them there early 90s. Oh, yeah. I'm not talking about Adam Cole's name. I was talking about more like just his music, you know, from going from NXT to AEW. It really, really does sound the same. Yeah, he's always been Adam Cole. But I think Bryan Danielson kind of had the same thing. You know, his music is kind of the same, but kind of different, but it's almost like equally as good. They did a really good job of putting themes together for those guys. Oh, I didn't catch that. Did he put his fingers in the pockets instead of the hands? That's funny. Nice arm drag by Cassidy. Oh, nice. Adam Cole went for a deep and missed. I've never seen anybody miss an arm drag and spin themselves completely around. I've actually never seen that in 40 years. I'm sure it's happened, but it's not something I've seen often, that's for sure. Oh, sorry to hear that, Alex. You went to college. I'm not sorry to hear you graduated, but you went to college in Greensboro, graduated last year, so I take it you're not there anymore. Where'd you go, to UNCG? Is that where you went? So cool to see Sting in Greensboro. Tully, I'm hoping, is going to be out there. Yeah, Nyla and Ruby. Who y'all got in that? It's the semis. Winner moves on. See, and they're putting Wardlow in action again. Y'all notice that? Dude's getting a lot of singles matches on Dynamite lately. That's not without reason. Something tells me. Oh, Christmas party, DMD and Tony? Malachi Black and Griff Garrison. Malachi is so screwed. Griff Garrison is going to kill him. Malachi better get down on his knees and beg for mercy if he wants to get past the luscious locks of Griff Garrison. Have we done Jade and Thunder Rosa yet? No, right? Maybe that's Rampage or something? I don't know. I think it depends. I mean, for the finals of the tournament, you're probably going to want a heel babyface or a babyface. I don't think you're going to go a heel on the finals of this brand new tournament. You know, the fans want to be excited about this title, not give a shit about it, you know? I mean, if it was up to me, my finals would be Ruby and Thunder Rosa, but you could also do Jade and Nyla. I don't know, but hopefully it's going to be Ruby and it's probably going to be Ruby and Jade Cargill, and they're going to put it on her. Otherwise, I guess it will be Rosa winning the whole thing. I think it's Rosa or Jade Cargill is who wins it. Oh, nice backstabber. Who's our crew here? It's Taz, Excalibur, and Schiavone. Okay. JR still on the mend. He posts some extremely graphic pictures on his social media. JR just has no fucks left to give. But that gnarly looking shit on his leg has gotten a lot better. So that's good news. I'm glad he's doing well. He put a picture of it, and it still doesn't look good, but it looks a hell of a lot better than it did. And whatever they're doing, it's working. So best wishes to JR. January 5th, first Dynamite. When's Battle of the Belts? January 8th? Something like that? Looking at my calendar here. Yeah, January 5th. Okay, yeah, I think it's the 8th is the Battle of the Belts. Wow. I'm going to have to start watching TBS on January 5th. I always liked Taz, too. Taz was good on commentary. I was fine with him on SmackDown, Michael Cole, all back in the day. He used to give Cole so much shit. I remember they did like a Thanksgiving cooking segment one time on like Sunday Night Heat with Taz and Michael Cole. And Taz has got a turkey out, and he goes, "Here's how you do a turkey. This turkey's been marinating in Diet Pepsi for over 4 months." And then he bakes it. So make yourself a Taz turkey. 4 months, marinated, Diet Pepsi. And by then you can probably just eat it. You probably don't even have to cook it. Not for nothing, Cole. I'd like to see Brock Lesnar come in just for one night in AEW, just for Taz to do the thing. Let's give us one night of that. Oh, here come the Bucks. Oh, they got to be dressed like complete idiots. Nick looks like a fucking literal Christmas tree. Oh, Cutler. Imagine being Brandon Cutler and just coming to work being like, okay, how am I going to get shit on today? Wheeler Yuta running and trying to get past Chucky on the ramp was fucking hilarious. Ooh. Oof. Cassidy took a hard shot, shoulder first. He's not a big guy either. Damn, he sold those well. It did. Alex, I was just saying, I think he might have just sold it well, but he might have actually hit his head. Yo, Mike Witt. Greg Gagne for life. Gagne, excuse me. Glad you're here, Mike. Welcome back. Oh, he went for the boom on the steps and missed. Knee first. I mean, does Cutler ever have a good night? We don't really see him in the ring unless he's working Dark and Elevation, which I don't really watch. I can't afford streaming anymore, so the girl is outside on her balcony looking into the neighbors. Damn. Oh, nice, Ahmed. Oh, yeah, I heard about watching on Fight. How do you do that? Do you have to have a subscription to Fight? I've got Fight on here. I just never use Fight TV for anything. Whenever I order the AEW pay-per-views, I use BR Live to do it. So I'm not even on Fight. But if you can, I'm assuming you have to pay for no ads, which is fine. I just don't know if I have a reason to have Fight TV. I certainly don't give a shit about those Jake Paul fights and all that stuff, but... I love that, Ahmed. Back in the day, I used to because living here on the West Coast, I never got Raw on before a lot of streaming happened on local time. I had to or live. I had to wait until local time for it to come on. So a lot of times I would have to watch streams on the internet, and I would always get streams from another country from where I am. And I had the same thoughts as you. The ads are a little strange, familiar but different, you know. And I was always on a UK stream too, because like I would watch something from Sky Sports and would always warn you about the strobe lighting effects, so you wouldn't have a fucking seizure watching Raw. And I was like, that's nice of them. We don't do that here in the States. They don't give a shit about your kids here. I just thought that was nice for them to warn us about the strobe lighting effects. Thank you. I liked it. Okay, it's kind of cheap, a free trial right now. Well, if I have a reason to subscribe, I will. I'm wasting $10 a month currently just subscribing to New Japan World for no reason. I don't really use it unless it's Wrestle Kingdom. Well, freeze frame. Hopefully, you won't have to wait very long. I'm hoping to see Wyatt back in some form. I'm really hoping we get a Kyle O'Reilly debut tonight. That would be great. I think he'd fit in awesome, especially with Adam Cole kind of teasing it. If Adam Cole is going to tell the world that he's going to have a present and a big surprise for his friends on Wednesday, how do you not deliver on that surprise? Sounded like Raw was a shit show on Monday. Glad I missed that. Holy crap. I bet Jim Cornette loves this. I don't understand why people complain about Adam Cole, like, not doing enough. He probably misses, like, WWE. I'm like, no way. Do you think if he was on the main roster, he wouldn't have stayed in NXT? So if they put him on Raw or SmackDown, do you really think he'd be doing anything of significance at all? He'd be in ridiculous Happy Corbin segments. He'd be in random triple threat Intercontinental Championship contender matches. It wouldn't really be any better than this. Oof. Plus, I think people also have to have patience when you're only 5-0 in the company. And the company does structure the way they produce TV and declare and pass out title shots and stuff. They do that differently than WWE. That's what you want. You want a company that does shit differently. Don't become so programmed that if they're not doing what WWE would do, you think it's wrong. And that's the way a lot of fans think now. But I have no issue with Adam Cole and what he's doing. I think he was the greatest NXT champion of all time. But that doesn't mean he needs to come right and win the belt tomorrow, because if he did that, then everybody would say, oh, they just pushed WWE. You know, it's like you can never win with the haters, man. Okay, my streaming is just buffered a little bit. I'm refreshing. There we go. I don't want to miss the finish. To Punching Cole. Oof. That was a nice diving DDT by Cassidy. Orange punch his ass. Punch Cole. Oh, yeah, Raph, the restaurant business is nuts. I've got a very easy holiday schedule, though. I mean, the worst is pretty much over. We've done all of our holiday parties for, the businesses and the companies. All that was all throughout December. And I'm going to be pretty much not working much. I'm going to work tomorrow. I'm going to be off all through Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, the entire weekend. And then I'll go back and work New Year's Eve. And then I'll be off New Year's Day for day one. So, oof. Got a lot of days off, a lot of family stuff to do. So I am very happy with my holiday schedule. I think we'll get Cole versus Danielson in AEW anyway. Yeah, I think WWE, based on the money they were offering Cole and stuff, they would have given him stuff to do on TV. It just would have been shitty stuff to do on TV. He ain't going to be feuding with Roman, So if you're not feuding with Roman, what are you going to be doing on the show? Something fucking stupid, like everything else is. Like creatively, nothing would be, it would just be a crapshoot back there. He'd just have to be back there hoping for the best. I'm sure he'd be on TV every week, but in terms of what he was doing, probably a bunch of shit. Trying to get swords out of desks and stuff, you know? Like, give me this any day of the week. God, he's got his glasses off. What is he doing? Oh. I thought so. I was like, Cole is waiting for him, too. He super kicked him. Glasses came flying off. Panama Sunrise here. Hit it. Is that it? He looks done. Oh, wow. Oh, and he kicked out. Cassidy kicked out. I actually thought he was going to pin him that way. Oh, Beyond the Mat. I forgot I did that one. Raph, thank you. That's right. I did do a Beyond the Mat review, didn't I? Man. Just hit him with the boom. Put him away. He pulled it up just so he could pull it down. That's great. Ducked. Phew. He almost got a quick one over on Cole, too. Holy shit. Yeah, I've heard nothing but shitty things about this past Raw. I watched a little bit of it. I had stuff to do. I was in and out of the room, and I even tweeted a couple things about it, but ultimately I missed 75% of the show, and I'm glad I did. Such nonsense, man. It's literally just impossible to watch that show. Oh, here comes Fish. Oh, guy on the tram. Dennis Stamp, he recently just passed away, actually. What's going on? There he is. There he is. There he is. Kyle is here. There is the present. Hell yeah. I'm so glad he's there. And there comes the boom. Down goes Cassidy. Welcome to AEW, Kyle. Oh, he's got to feel so good about being there. Could you imagine him showing up to the building today? What's up, brothers? Oh, look at there. Ha ha. So cool. Get Fish back in there. There he is. We basically have... Is it just me or is the crowd not as crazy for this as I think they should be? It is North Carolina. It's hard for some of them people to even turn their TVs on, you know what I mean? Oh, here we go. Undisputed. That's what they're chanting. Awesome. Oh, now they got poor Trent. So cool. I know. It's cool to see Red Dragon back in the not WWE ring. Oh. Hell yeah. Give me some Fish and O'Reilly and Lucha Brothers and FTR matches and all that stuff. Here comes the Bucks. Kyle O'Reilly debuts. The Bucks seem like they're not happy, or are they all going to hug and smile? He's like, that's so funny. He's sitting right between them. So awesome. Face turn for the Bucks. It's a pretty nice Christmas present, especially if you wrap up Kyle, put a little bow on him. Well, there he is. He's there. I'm glad that Kyle O'Reilly showed up. We had a feeling once Adam Cole made that announcement last week about the gift or the present that he was going to give the Bucks, and it was going to be a great one, that it was likely going to be O'Reilly. So fun to see somebody be able to jump ship right after being on the other company's TV. I just fucking love that. So awesome. Now playing in theaters.
Is someone trying to steal your Butterfinger? Call the BFI. No one lays a finger on your Butterfinger.
Huh. Is that true? Geico's been saving folks money for 85 years?
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, so if Geico's 85, that makes you...
Are you asking if I'm 85 years old?
I mean, sea turtles live to be 150, so... No, I was not.
Do I look 85? What?
Biggest star in AEW? I don't know.
Look young. You look...
Punk or Danielson, probably.
However old you are.
Geico, saving people money.
Although I think there's time to change that. I think that's kind of what they're there to do. And I think AEW is going to try to build their own legacies, particularly with guys like Hangman Page, who's currently their champ.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm 13 and I've been vaccinated. The best part of being vaccinated is I can play soccer again. And I get to go back to school. And it really lets in.
Man, that Omicron is going to put us back in the Thunderdome, isn't it? That's going to be depressing. I'm hoping they didn't throw that Thunderdome shit away, and I hope Daly's place is cool with AEW coming back. Feels like we might be heading in that direction.
Y'all heard it here. If you want to be fresh, you got to refresh.
Mm-hmm.
Like the new Barhouse Steak and Jack tender, thicker cut steak.
Wait,
and
so you're not coming out of retirement?
I'm just here because Subway has so much new. They bought time in this press conference.
I was wondering if anybody was going to catch that. Yachiro, yeah, I was like, I got one. I'm going to put a Santa hat on one guy, and I'm like, black is the best one for that. Because he just looks not happy to be wearing it. Which is why I chose him. Could have gone with anybody. Elizabeth is doing awesome. She is headed off to work for the night. So it's just us. What a match. Yeah, we didn't do a watch along last week. We did a review of this. That bump onto the table was real rough for Paige. I was like, ouch. Then, Mike, that would have been really weak-ass surprises, although somebody's going to have to get Buck out of jail. I'm pretty sure he's doing time for some kid molesting or something fucked up. Nice. So they are, in fact, I don't know if they announced this earlier on in the day or anything like that, but we're getting the rematch on January 5th on the first TBS show. That's what we said they should do last week. So I'm glad that they're not stretching that to Revolution. Let's do it now. Is Shivani wearing a Jaguars Christmas sweater? That team's a fucking hot mess. Jesus. Not sure if we're going to get Danielson coming out for this or if it's just going to be an interview. We still get more Shivani later with Britt Baker, too. I didn't miss the lower thirds. Did it say that? It doesn't normally last an hour. I always miss them. I don't see them until you guys say. I got to remember to watch that. That's great. I like the one, though. I did catch it last week when he came out, and it said, like, we're very proud of you. That's cool.
That the match you had with Danielson, one of the greats we've had here in AEW, and you were so close.
Paige is the only cowboy I do like because I normally don't like that look and style with the belt and the weird shirts, but he pulls it off. And that weird necklace tie thing that a lot of like Texas people wear, like, or whatever it is. Like, I don't like any of that, but he pulls it. If he wants to wear that, he can wear it because he'll look awesome in it. Put on a cowboy hat if you want.
I'm going to stop you early because after 60 minutes covered in sweat, covered in blood, this arm barely hanging on, all of the air in my body gone. After 60 minutes, I was handed back this championship.
Ugly sweater and ugly team. It kind of does.
And as we went to commercial, I managed to walk my way back up the ramp, and I looked back into this championship. I could see my face in it, and I thought it was funny that in my 3 years here in AEW, last week, I had never felt less of a champion.
Oh, you put up a good effort, man. That was a fucking awesome match. Dave Meltzer gave it 2,000 stars.
So the feeling from last week, the only feeling that I have is disappointment.
What's up, Victor Cologne? Good to see you. Paige is in the ring cutting a promo. Oh, here's Danielson. I love that we didn't get music. Thank you, AEW. Thank you for not playing his music. You don't need it every time. Punk, Danielson, Cole, all undefeated, although Danielson's got, what, 2 ties now? Or draws? Ties.
Millennial Cowboy still has the AEW championship around his shoulder.
Oh, I liked Ace as a cowboy. I preferred the pink hat, though. Yeah, some guys are just too badass. It's fine. Badass guys can wear it.
Let's show all the people your emotions about how disappointed you are. You know who should be disappointed is the AEW fans.
Mm-hmm. Danielson's got a point. Mm-hmm.
Because I kicked your ass for 60 minutes, and if anybody should be AEW champion, it should be me. But I'm not
Yeah, millennials are old now. I don't know why it would be a condescending term. I'm Generation X.
tell everybody how sad I am. No, we've got a rematch on January 5th, and I'm going to kick your ass again.
I'm ready for January 5th. It's going to be fun shit. That they better put Paige over in that.
You managed to survive 60 minutes really only because John Silver in the match I had with him, I hurt my leg a little bit before. Otherwise, I would have destroyed you. But don't worry, Greensboro. I'm not going to make that mistake. I'm not going to wrestle in front of you idiots tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not,
Danielson, I've been there. You're not all wrong.
and I'm not going to wrestle until January 5th. But there's another problem. Because if Adam Page goes out there on January 5th and he stalls for another 60 minutes,
Stalls.
he can escape with the AEW championship.
Danielson saying he's stalled?
End up in the same position that we're in now, with the rightful champion standing right here empty-handed.
So he's going to propose something to make sure there is no time limit draw.
And that piece of cowboy shit standing in the ring with the title.
Maybe they do an Iron Man match.
But I don't come
Well, I guess that still wouldn't matter.
I do not complain. I am not an entitled millennial like so many of you.
An entitled millennial. I must be way behind.
Here's what I propose.
Okay, what does he propose?
January 5th, we have judges.
Judges?
If you decide to stall out again, everybody will see and everybody will know that the true AEW World Heavyweight Champion is Brian Danielson.
All right, he wants judges for this. WCW did judges a few times. They had judges, I think, in the
What is that?
Flair
Sir,
and Steamboat match, maybe, or something. I can't remember.
I won that match last week.
Well, no. You know what? That's real creative of you. I wonder if it took you.
Who are the judges? I want to be one.
This week I thought of an Iron Man match, I thought of a ladder match, I thought of a cage match, I thought of an Inferno match, and I thought of a match with absolutely no time limit. Because what you did last week was something.
Inferno match. It was in that building, the first one ever.
Took me past 40 and past 50. You dragged me out into deep waters, I'll give you that. And you chomped away and you tried to hold me under, but in the final seconds, the ones that counted more than the rest, I swam. And had I just 3 more seconds, I would have drowned you.
Oh.
But you know what? If we keep the time limit and you want judges, sure, that's fine. Let's get some old guys some paydays, huh? But you better make sure you pay them well in advance because they will not earn it. You see, I have come way too far for this. I have spilled far too much blood for this. I have given way too much of myself for this. To have some old prick come sit in the suit at ringside.
Oh.
Tell me I'm not good enough to tell me I'm not a champion.
So Paige does not want these judges.
I'm a B+ player. That's horseshit.
B+ player. Love it. This is a great promo.
Question is, can Hangman Adam Page beat Brian Danielson in less than 1 hour? In 2 weeks? The answer will be yes.
Yes.
Taz, I didn't think it'd be possible to look forward to this rematch anymore.
I'm ready for that in 2 weeks.
Accepted by the champ. 2 weeks from tonight,
Prudential Center.
rematch that the world is waiting for. Hangman and Danielson, part 2. But right now,
Weren't they just in New Jersey?
the latest from the contemptible
Really good promo, for sure.
MJF and the Pinnacle.
They had just the right amount of stuff, you know, thrown in there, like the B+ player. I like that a lot.
Wardlow's post-match acquisition of champagne, something that some would argue should have been done way before my match was over and way before the 3 of us got attacked by those 2 mid-schmucks, Sting and Darby. Just out of curiosity, big man, I pay you a lot of money to protect me, correct?
Don't give Wardlow any shit, you asshole. That's a whole lot of meaty, beefy sexiness sitting right there. I'm not just talking about me.
This is your
I'm
fault.
talking about Wardlow.
What you do to people, you drive everybody insane. You have burned every single bridge in your career, and that's what I'm not worried about tonight, bud. See, the 3 of us, MJFTR, we're not a team, we're a family, and you know nothing about family because you, my friend, are a loner.
Spears, I'm not sure if the
Emo, skateboard, and
The
punk and his creepy clown uncle.
toboggan and blazer with no shirt underneath is really a wonderful look.
Had everybody else fooled last week when you came in to make the save, punk, but not me, and I see through you. Because you
MJF with a fucking starter jacket.
has to be about you, punk, and when it's not, that's when the real CM Punk comes out to play. You gonna pretend that's more low-hanging fruit, bud? You say that to hide from the facts, and here are the facts, Jack. The fact is, inside my ring, you're rustier than the knife Darby uses to skin small animals.
You're rustier than the knife Darby uses to skin small animals.
And the fact is, when I gave you the opportunity to shake my hand, and you walked away, you chose early retirement.
Now, is that right, huh?
We had no problem with you, punk. We had no problem with you, but when you threaten me, or you threaten my position, you threaten my family, then we have a problem, and these men are my family. You're looking at the three kings of professional
Yeah, Cash is going to overtake Brian Pillman for best mullet. I have faith in him. Better wrestler, better mullet.
We are a family. We are a group where we're the absolute best unit in this world. Because when you're Pinnacle, you're always on top.
Well, the table is definitely set. Massive trios.
I'm ready for that. Oh, yeah, that is I was about to say, the trios is the main, right? It's got to be. All right, Wardlow is in action. Yeah, I am Randy. I've got my own Miss Elizabeth. How cool is that? Christmas Story. Ironically, this is... I'm not as big of a fan of this movie as the rest of the world is. I like it. They're going to play the Christmas Story 24 hours straight. That's crazy. Kevin Owens will not be going to AEW anytime before 2025. Sammy, I don't know what his deal is, but I'd love to see him there, although I'm really happy what he's been doing with Brock Lesnar lately. If Sami Zayn and Brock Lesnar can form a really strong bond and brotherhood and friendship, I would like to keep them together forever because they're awesome. NWO, I don't think can be in AEW. I think WWE owns all that stuff, so... What's my favorite Christmas song? OPP. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab another beer. Christmas Story is fun. Yeah, it just happened to be a movie that wasn't... I probably would have loved it a lot more if it was just on a little bit more at my house during the holidays when I was a kid. Because those are the movies you like. So it was always, Christmas Vacation and all that shit like that. But Christmas Story was not on very much, so I never really grew up loving it. But I do like the movie. It's just not one of my favorites. And I haven't seen any modern Christmas movies, really. Maybe Elf and... that Just Friends movie. Those are like the last modern movies I can remember liking. Christmas movies. Everything else before then would be your Christmas Vacations and your Trading Places and your Die Hards and that sort of thing. I never saw the Harold and Kumar. I did see the first Harold and Kumar, but never saw any other Harold and Kumar related stuff. Cal Penn, who played Kumar, he just came out. That's kind of cool. He was on House. I used to watch House. I always liked him. Oh, I was going to mention, Roderick Strong earlier on, they are doing that unification match, right, on NXT. I haven't watched any of NXT, but I did catch that they are going to unify the North American and the Cruiserweight and finally doing away with the Cruiserweight division, which was dead in the water before it started, basically, and that's finally over. This painful last 4 years or whatever it's been finally comes to an end. But as far as I know, Roddy resigned, so unless they let him go or something. Here comes Wardlow. 26-3. I only remember him losing to Cody. I guess I don't know a ton of Christmas movies. I just know some of the basics and the old school ones. Has he always been using this music? Wardlow, is that what they're saying? Oh yeah, Bad Santa was kind of funny. It blows your mind that Dewdrop isn't a jobber in WWE? I think Dewdrop is great. I think she should be used better, to be honest. Oh. I did catch the Bianca and Dewdrop match on Raw, and Bianca KO'd her. Holy shit. That girl is too much. That's got to take some strength. Yeah, I'm not sure about Captain Sean Dean. I mean, when it comes to the greatest ever, you know, I'm thinking like Shawn, Hogan, Brock, Austin, Flair, Captain Sean Dean. You know, he's right up there. Poor Sean Dean is... Oh. Fuck Sean Spears. He did this shit last week, too. He's like, don't powerbomb him twice. I'm like, you're a heel. What the hell are you talking about? Now he's going to be mad. He's going to be mad at and chastise Wardlow because they don't... Watch, he'll say it again. It's like, we don't get paid by the hour. Ugh. Shut up, Sean Spears. Add you to the list of dudes who don't deserve their hot wives. Oh, now he's going to hit him with the chair. Okay, never mind. Okay, I take it all back. Yeah, Wardlow does not seem to be into it. I mean, at this point, this is about as slow of a burn as you can possibly do with getting this guy to finally turn against the Pinnacle, Spears, or MJF or somebody. It's been going on what feels like for a year from that initial tease when MJF was kind of a dick to him, and I was like, yep, there it is. They're going to eventually... When is this match happening? Is it Rampage? I think it's Rampage. Cody and Sammy.
Sammy Guevara has been doing something similar. A victory over a former champion could really define his place in AEW history. If Cody can become the TNT champion on Christmas night, a night that is...
Oh, yeah, Christmas night. I'm assuming they're taping all this now. Or tonight. That's cool, though. Christmas night. TNT Championship match. I don't want Cody to win the title on Christmas. And then I get to bring the title home to my beautiful white and black baby or whatever he said. Oh, I can't handle it if he wins on Christmas Day. He'll be even more obnoxious. Deshaun, what's up, dude? Thanks for the 5. Hey, Gregster, I forgot to mention a couple of weeks ago that I'll be going to Dynamite and Rampage in D.C. January 1st. In January, first show since the debut episode. Wow, that's really awesome. That's right, you were there on the debut. Fuck yeah. Oh, Dan Lambert. That's awesome, Deshaun. Mm-hmm.
I don't expect people like you to understand that because your greatest difficulties in life
I've never, like...
whether or not to download
I'm so in between. Like, I just don't want to see Dan Lambert's stupid face on TV, but, like, I never mind, like, listening to his promo. It kind of cracks me up.
but to leaders like myself, we know those words ring true today. I run the largest and most successful MMA gym on this planet. I know every decision I make must be fair.
Yeah, you know, Ratnick, you might have a point. That could be awfully fun. And I don't know. I haven't read up on this schedule. I'm assuming that they're taping that Rampage after Dynamite tonight, because when else would you do it? They're not going to do a Christmas night show, so they're probably taping that now. Cody winning a championship on Christmas Day in a town that his dad won championships in. I can kind of see them doing it, to be honest. Cody would make it a big deal. You know, when he won that NWA title, remember when they did that? It's a big deal because he won the same title, you know, but to be in Greensboro, you know, might be very special to him.
Ethan Page has dressed better, wrestled better, and won better than anybody in this company since he got here. But these two studs will be sitting on the sidelines Christmas night watching Cody Rhodes get yet another title shot. This time against Sammy Guevara.
Okay, so what I think is going to happen is these top team guys are going to kibosh maybe the TNT title match. They'll all run in there. It'll be a DQ, and Sammy will keep the belt.
Because he does not like him. Look how he's treating me. Put yourself in an impossible situation. An utterly hopeless condition.
I don't know where Junior is. Don't care.
Successfully complete.
I want MMA guys in the ring as little as possible because most of them aren't very good.
Cody Rhodes. How the hell am I going to do that when Cody is a bigger dick than I am?
I don't know. The Greensboro fans might kind of like Cody. I don't know. You can never tell with those fans.
Newsflash. I don't give a damn who you cheer for or who you boo. I don't care if it's Cody or Sammy standing tall at the end of that match on Christmas night. My only concern is that one of these guys gets the next title match, and when they do, we won't need any help from the owner of the company.
I'd be down with Scorpio Sky winning the TNT title. He was on my short list early when the title was first created as a guy that could hold it. But I was thinking of him more like a babyface. Although the way he's dancing now kind of makes me not want him to win it. Never mind. I take it all back. Scorpio just ended it for me. He's up there trying to drop it like it's hot, like he could. I love this. Look at this shit. Look at Rebel.
Oh my God, this place just goes. We're never having the holiday party in Greensboro ever again.
Wanted to talk to you about your match coming up January 8th, Battle of the Bells.
Don't spill that red wine on the white love seat there.
I'm bigger than Riho. I'm stronger than Riho. Most importantly, I'm the AEW Women's World Champion, and I have Jamie Hayter by my side.
Who also lost to Riho on Dynamite recently.
Well, Britt Baker will be beating Riho to retain the title.
All of
1,000,000%.
because you can't bring up the year 2021 without calling it the era of the DMD. And let me tell you why. I didn't slide in and take somebody's spot, and I wasn't an heir to any throne. In fact, I built my own throne, just like I built my own kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
This division
This doesn't seem like much of a party. It's just you yelling at us.
company, and I'm the pulse of AEW. If you think 2022 is gonna start,
Rebel is drinking water in that champagne glass. Britt is drinking legitimate red wine.
championship title match is going to dethrone me? You have another thing coming, Riho. You should have stayed underneath that bottom rope at All Out. And I know all you want for Christmas is an AEW Women's World Championship title match. But sweetheart, you're out of your league. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Merry Christmas. Yours truly, Dr. Britt Baker, D.
I love that she tossed in the "you'll shoot your eye out."
Coming up next year on AEW Dynamite, we'll take a special look at the Owen Hart Cup tournaments coming up next year. But before that,
Are we going to get brackets?
the semifinal round of the TBS Championship.
Excalibur just said we're going to look at the tournament, but he didn't say look at what we were going to look at. I don't know if it'll necessarily be Bray Wyatt, but I think on January 5th we should see somebody come in. One of these free agents that are available. Gargano would be very nice. Wyatt would be very nice. Oh, Britt was drinking the blood she collects from her patients. Okay, still the wrong color, but it makes more sense. I can always pick out when they're like using fake shit in a glass. I think at Le Dinner Debonair, I was like, they're drinking fucking cranberry juice. You can't, that's not even the proper color of red wine. Even a light red, like a Pinot, wouldn't be that light. Oh. But Rebel's champagne glass was there's no watercolored champagne or sparkling wine. Harry Smith in the Owen Hart tournament could be cool. But I feel like that would put some unnecessary pressure on him to win it. I'm curious if we're going to get the brackets. That's going to be really cool. Although it's still a ways off. So maybe we're just going to get more details. Maybe it's going to be more of a tribute to Owen than actually learning, the actual participants. Because by the time the tournament kicks off, we might have some new people in the company, I don't even know what that means, Alex, but that's cool. Let me refresh this to make sure I am in real time here and not falling behind it. There we go. I don't know what Wyatt would even do when he came in, Would he be associated with anybody? Would he be on his own and then build from there? Or would he just be a guy? Any chance a heel wins the Owen tournament? I can't imagine how. It almost really makes you have to put it on an obvious babyface. So I think when we look at the brackets, finally, here we go. We might get a better idea. Well, this is cool. They got a lot of that Japan footage. Mark Henry was at ringside that night, for the big salute. Oh, he's in the ring with Liger. I have that match. I own that match on my collection.
Watching Owen Hart over in Japan, technically, Owen Hart was one of the absolute best, and still to this day, I consider him one of the best.
I think the mark that Owen Hart is going to leave on this industry is that, smaller guys who are more athletic, more acrobatic, they are truly important to this art of professional wrestling.
I just thought he was the coolest person in the world. The mask, the cape, he's coming real.
They have so little footage to work with here, but they're doing their best,
Truly a trailblazer. Also think he was a groundbreaker that helped open up
There's some Stampede footage there.
wrestling, especially for guys that were smaller and not 6'8", 380 pounds. The way I was born and raised, a real man takes care of his family. And Owen Hart, not just in the ring, took care of business. He took care of his family, and he loved his kids, and he loved his wife. Incredible family man, incredible wrestler, incredible storyteller inside that wrestling ring, incredible river. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats.
There's a lot of people in AEW right now that knew or worked with Owen. Goldust is one of them, or Dustin is one of them. Dustin, Mark Henry, they were all there. Jericho wasn't quite yet. Came in right after Owen died, but I think Jericho knew Owen or met Owen. You got Pillman Jr. in the company there, who's got ties to Owen. Probably met him as a kid.
He's going to live on forever. You hear constantly about the type of man that he was. Anyone who shared a locker room with him said he was wonderful to be around. So I think the real legacy of Owen Hart is not just, again, what he did in that ring, but who he was as a person.
Yeah, I like the footage that they've able to procure there.
Working with the Owen Hart Foundation to present the Owen Hart Cup tournaments, kicking off early next year, culminating at
And Double or Nothing. I just hope that we get a Double or Nothing and it's not happening in Daly's place. Man. Yeah, Paul White was there as well. I'm trying to think of people currently in AEW who were in the WWE the night that he died. It would be Paul White, Mark Henry, and Dustin. Got to think if there's anybody else. Might just be them. Oh, right on. Welcome, MJ Parker. Glad you're here. All right, here we go. This is going to be Nyla and Ruby. Winner advances to the finals. Jim Ross, I guess, would be on that list too in terms of. Yeah, Paul was there. Paul came in at St. Valentine's Massacre in February. Owen died in May. But Jim Ross, of course, was on commentary. So that's 4 that I can think of. Vicky wasn't around yet. Jericho wasn't in the company yet. Taz wasn't in the company yet. Although all of them might have known Owen. They just weren't there when he died. All right, here comes Ruby. Oh, a sign that says Nyla is someone's dad? Yeah, well, that's North Carolina for you. They don't have a lot of creativity associated with their burns. Back when I went to the shows, it was the same thing about China every time. As much as I loved attending shows in Greensboro, probably some of the dumbest fans that I've ever seen. Looked bad, smelled bad, fucking ignorant as hell. But I had great times in that building regardless of that. And those toothless idiots. Yeah, Earl Hebner was there, but I don't know if he's really in AEW. She didn't get her jacket off. There we go. That would have sucked. Oh, you know who else? Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn was also there. He wrestled that night, I believe. So the total is up to about 5 now that I can think of. Yeah, because it burns when I pee is funny. Burns when I pee isn't a stupid insult on somebody. It's an insult on myself, which is way funnier. Last show I went to was SummerSlam this year in Vegas. When does Jade and Thunder have their match? Ooh. Wow. Oh, that could have been worse. Okay. I thought she was going for a backbreaker. Dean Malenko was not there for Owen Hart. No, he was not in the company yet. He came in way after Owen died. Yeah, Attitude Era really did have some of the best and worst signs. I miss the signs. I miss the sea of signs. One of my favorite things about going to shows, it was probably like this everywhere, but I noticed it so much in North Carolina, is people would make signs, but they would write them in with a marker that you like couldn't see. They would write it real thin. I'm like, you got to think. This thing's going to be on camera. It's going to be on TV. You know, people, like a lot of times little kids do it, but they have an excuse because they're a little kid. But I swear to God, I would see like grown-ass fuckers like 20 years old with the worst made sign, like written in pencil or a pen. I'm like, that's not going to be seen. It's just going to look like you're holding up a blank piece of cardboard. Like nobody's going to be able to see it on camera. Like you have to be smart about that stuff. And nobody ever was. It was some of the worst, never mind what the signs say, just the way they're made. It looked like, sometimes you'd see like a full-grown man carrying a sign that looks like a 3-year-old made it. I'm like, okay, dude, I'm not sure if Stone Cold's going to see that, but you do you. Joe Biden's going to do a run-in at the D.C. show. It's going to be a slow run-in. He ain't going to be sprinting. Oh, yeah, who farted signs are always fun. Somebody used to carry a sign that just said pork to all the, like, 90s pay-per-views. Go watch them all. You'll always see the pork sign in the crowd. Like shit like that I like. Just a sign that says pork because what the fuck? Yeah, but like the most just dumbass and most ignorant wrestling fans are always the one that uses like gay as a go-to insult and stuff because they just don't, they're not educated. It's fucking morons. They can't think good. They can't think for themselves. Think right. It's hard to think.
Tissues burn when Theo blows. So Puffs Plus lotion rescued his nose. With up to 50% more lotion, Puffs brings
Oh, 50% more lotion, y'all.
nose indeed. Deserves Puffs indeed. America's #1 lotion tissue.
Yeah, way before Twitter. That taking signs to shows was Twitter. And we used to take a bunch too. We'd have like 3 or 4, but I would get like, we were smart. So we would go and buy like, I don't know, like poster board or, you know, like not just a piece of flimsy ass poster paper, but like the, you know, what's it called? You know, just the board, the stiff ass board. You could write shit on it in like big, thick Sharpie. And we'd color it in, and we'd make sure that you would be able to read it. And I got my sign, including the "It burns when I pee" sign, on camera a couple of times. The guy behind me can't see. I always like that one.
Introducing Wendy's new hot and crispy fries. Preferred almost 2 to 1 over McDonald's. Try them today. Only at Wendy's.
Oh, yeah. We are definitely a unique breed of people as it is. Even if you're normal and you're a wrestling fan, you're still a unique breed. But then if you combine that with just living in a really shitty area, then you're like even weirder. But I like that. I like being weird. I had great conversations with wrestling fans outside of the Greensboro Coliseum or the Charlotte Coliseum. And just, you know, before phones existed and social media existed. And you couldn't sit there in line, which I'm sure people do now, and just stare on their phone or take pictures and upload it to Instagram. You would just have to talk to the motherfuckers around you. And you would get a real good idea, you know, who knew what they were talking about and who didn't pretty quick. But it was still conversation, and it was still fun to do that. And I love it. Yeah, Alex, I don't know if other people have done It Burns When I Pee, but I did it at Unforgiven 99. Was it in this building? No, I think it was in Charlotte. But when the pay-per-view opens, like in the first 30 seconds of the show, you can see me holding that sign up. So if somebody did it before me, then it didn't come from me. But maybe I was the first. But I just kind of like carrying around the arena because fans would see it and laugh. And they'd all be like, you can take something for that. And I'm like, I know. Yeah. Heard that one 100 times. I was like, I know, I'm taking something for it. I'm just bringing my sign to WWE, hoping that one of the wrestlers can give me some good advice on how to take care of this. It was totally innocent. I don't know why people have to turn it into something dirty. The world was better before smartphones, but I'm really glad they exist for other reasons, you know, for traveling, you know. Like nowadays, if you go to a restaurant and you see somebody eating by themselves who's not looking at their phone, they're a sociopath. You know, you need to get out of there. So like, I like just in terms of like traveling or being by myself, just something to occupy me. I like phones a lot, especially with traveling. That bump Nyla took was hilarious. She fell like a tree. Did Nyla blade? Oh, no. Aubrey was just checking her to create the distraction for Ruby. Ruby's hung up. Nyla's going to the top. Yeah, I think I heard that one too. You should probably go to a doctor. I'm like, I will. I don't recall if Nia Jax was slammed either, Steven. I don't think she was. But yeah, I just mentioned Bianca hitting the KOD on Dewdrop on Monday just a little while ago. Because I only saw like maybe 25% of the show. And I caught that. And I was like, holy crap. Love Bianca. Yeah, Ruby is doing a great job of selling that arm. Oh. Yeah, if her shoulder really is hurt, she's going to have a hard time even doing anything. Is she tapping? Oh, I thought she was tapping too. I'm like, I think Nyla just tapped out, but Vicky had Aubrey's attention. Oh, Vicky. She got off the apron so funny. Oh, is that going to be it? You know what? In a weird way, I want Nyla Rose to win because I don't like Jade Cargill, and I want Thunder Rosa to beat her. So I think you got to go Nyla Rose. Or that would make, well, you don't have to go with it for Thunder to win, but that would give me the best chance. If Nyla wins, I really can't see Jade Cargill and do heel like that, but you never know. Oh, man. That's going to be it. Good job, Ruby. Good win. All right, she is in the finals. Well, if Jade Cargill beats Thunder Rosa, I definitely know who I'm rooting for in the finals. But I kind of like I said earlier, if it was up to me, I'd do Thunder Rosa and Ruby. Then we might actually get that. All right, Ruby. Yeah, I hope she's not hurt because I would hate for them to have to do some sort of a replacement. But I think she's all right. She was moving that shoulder up during some moves, so I think what she's doing is selling it. Selling it really well. I think she's all right. Yeah, I could see Jade winning now that we got a babyface in the finals with her. Oh, Malachi and Griff Garrison is up next. I wonder if we're going to see Brody King. Griff Garrison, Matt Riddle's brother? I don't think so. I don't think they're brothers. Unless they had twins and they were switched as birth or something. Or switched at birth. Did you see there was that nurse, I guess some other country, she was like on her deathbed and confessed that she like switched like 5,000 babies in her life just for fun. I forgot what country she was in, but Jesus, could you imagine that? I mean, if a nurse in California who lived and worked here her whole life said, I switched 5,000 babies in my life, I'd be getting my shit checked. Make sure I'm really who I am. Like, what an asshole. I know. I can't tell. I'm the same way with you, Alex. I can't tell if they're positioning Jade to actually be their first TBS champion or they're not ready to pull the trigger. And somebody like Thunder Rosa, who has done really well and everybody just loves, it seems like she would be the fan favorite there. But I don't know. I'd like to see Thunder Rosa beat Britt Baker for the title, maybe, although she did win their bloody match they had. Isn't Batista in the Hall of Fame, or that he wasn't able to do it or something? Is that what happened? He was announced for it. I think he had a problem. COVID. I'd mark my baby with magic. Yeah, that's what you got to do. Just write your name down on the baby, like you would at a solo cup at a party, like a little plastic cup. Make sure you have your name on it, so you're not wasting, just wasting cups, and you don't want to be wasting babies either. So write your name on your baby. That way you don't lose it. It's important. I don't know why hospitals don't have that policy that as soon as the baby comes out, the mom takes a Sharpie and she writes her name on the baby's forehead. Seems like it would solve a lot of problems, but we can't make all the rules here. Oh, I missed that. Greensboro ceiling had a very distinct look to it with the rafters and stuff. All right, another little recap in last week. Oh, yeah, Serena and Hikaru Shida. Oh, Serena wants more. BYOB, bring your own baby. I'm liking Serena Elaine Bennis-Deeb a lot. No, Alex, I don't think AEW has been overseas. They've been in the seas. I was on the Jericho cruise, so we were in the seas, if that counts. But we haven't been over the seas yet, or they haven't. But there hasn't been a whole lot of time. They weren't around for very long before the pandemic hit, so they'll do UK stuff. I'm sure of it. All right, here comes Malachi. Does he have a friend with him? So far, it looks like just himself. I'll be right back while he's making his entrance. Ooh, here he comes. Ooh, lights are out already? Or is it my screen? I'm surprised WWE didn't have him wearing some shit like that thing he's wearing with the horns. Can market the hell out of that, although a kid could put his eye out. He could poke his eye out. Malachi Black, the only one on screen here with a little bit of Christmas spirit, you know what I mean? WWE drops the ball on everything. If you give them any kind of ball, they will drop it, and then when they bend over to pick it up, they'll kick it. Oh, yeah, Griff is from Winston-Salem? Holy shit, that's right around the corner from Greensboro. Well, not that close, but kind of close. Oh, 20 minutes, okay. I thought Winston-Salem was a little further than Greensboro. Oh, poor Julia. Oh, Angie, nick of time. We were just about to block you. Glad you made it. You've saved yourself. We got Malachi Black and Griff Garrison. Griff came in charging. Hey, Brian Pillman, where's your cancel culture shirt? Why aren't you wearing it? Oh, yeah, just wait. I'm not even watching SmackDown on Friday night. But if I did, I would imagine It's going to have Christmas trees and presents all over the place. I don't know, man. Dash does have some work to do if he wants to catch Pillman on that mullet. Oh, wow. That was a wild tope suicida by Griff. My top 10 matches, I can't remember what I had for breakfast today. I can't think of my top 10 2021 matches right now. I'd say 5 of them, though, have been in AEW. I probably put a couple at WrestleMania. Like Bianca and Sasha was fantastic. But I don't have the greatest memory these days because as soon as I watch most of this shit, it's out of my mind. I like the Varsity Blondes name better than Hollywood Blondes. Because the Hollywood Blondes didn't even match Austin and Pillman. They're from Texas and Canada. Hollywood my ass. But they were a rehash. Hollywood Blondes was a team, you know, in smaller promotions more than once, but it didn't match those guys. So at least with the Varsity Blondes, it's like a throwback to Dad, but at the same time, you couldn't call Cincinnati and North Carolina Hollywood Blondes either, which is where Griff and Pillman are from. Oh, big rolling elbow or forearm or something there onto Malachi. It's a good match. This is good experience for Griff. Especially if Malachi's going to give him a little, you know? Top 10 wrestler for 2021, that one might be a little bit easier. I'd go Bianca Belair or Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson's pretty special, you know? I don't know how many times in the future or even in history, like we've talked about, that we're going to see somebody main event a WrestleMania and work for another company in the same year. You know, that's pretty incredible. I'd probably have to throw Britt Baker in the mix too, along with Bianca. And there it is. Just a half crab. Griff tapped out. Pillman Jr. Please kill him, Malachi. Boom. Oh, my God. That looks so good. That was perfectly placed black mass. Right on the chin of Junior. Somebody check on Junior. That looks so good.
Nature Maid's range of sleep products helps you win the night. No matter what, sometimes keeps you up.
Yeah, I almost think the obvious choice would be Roman Reigns for this year. I mean, this is a guy that's won all of his major pay-per-views. He's beat Cena. He's won at WrestleMania. He'd be on there. I'm not saying I was more picking my favorite, maybe not the best. But yeah, Roman would probably have to be on there. Omega would have to be on the list as well. Held the title for a good portion of the year. Yeah, Omega, Bianca, Britt, Danielson, Roman. They're all on the list. I'll let the websites and the magazines pick those winners. Because ultimately, as a fan of all of them, I would never be mad, you know, like who was number one. I'm like, as long as one of them is like the number one guy, I'm fine. I don't give a shit. I care very little about stuff like that. It's like when fans get all uppity at like Dave Meltzer for giving 5 stars out. I'm like, he can give out 20 stars. Like, I don't give a fuck, you know, at all. Like, I don't understand why anybody does and why they would let them get that mad. Let themselves get that mad about it. I mean, Dave Meltzer could have given Danielson and Page 28.5 stars. and some cookies, and I would have been like, hey, okay, that's Dave's opinion. No problem. Dave can think what he wants. It ain't up to me to change his mind. And I also have way better things to do. Jay Uso. I don't hate that that suggestion. Jay's had a great year. Dating all the way back to the end of last, doing all that stuff with Roman. Kind of solidifying himself as a singles guy, while also keeping with the tag teams with Jimmy.
There's so much new in the new chicken and bacon ranch, but the clock is ticking, so we gotta hurry. There's new rotisserie style chicken, new double car ranch, new hickory smoked bacon, new. Did you just spike the foot long? Sorry, I didn't want to delay a game. Save big. Order through the. Damn.
7 years ago, the world ended.
Likes to be the lights out on this show. Let me refresh this again. There we go. We back. So I guess all that's left, since it's about to be the bottom of the hour, we're going to do the main event now, or do we have time for some more shenanigans before we get to that main event? If Junior has the personality to turn heel like his dad, nobody can be like Brian Pillman. He was kind of unique. But anything that Junior does that's going to be anywhere near as good as his dad is just going to come with experience. And he's still pretty young and inexperienced. He's getting good and stuff, and he can talk, but can't talk like his dad. So he's just got to get better, and then who knows? Taz, it got a little awkward. So what happens? Does Lucha Express, Jurassic, I always say Lucha Express, Jurassic Express, do they win the titles or not? Because Christian said that y'all going to be in some trouble if you don't.
Congratulations, you're the #1 contender to the tag team championships. But I want to see Private Party as the #1 contenders.
Jungle Boy's a great name. I was going to name my first kid that, but I guess Freeze Frame has now made me feel bad about it. I guess I won't do it. I was going to have Jungle Boy and a Jungle Girl, and you've ruined it.
Yeah, and Jungle Boy, if you're injured, that means that #1 contender status is deleted.
Deleted. Love Matt Hardy. Isaiah Cassidy, you think you're going to pound my ass on Christmas night? I hope not.
I'm going to hit the boards real quick, and then we're coming to the arena. And I'm going to bring a big old lump of coal and shove it right up your ass. When I get done with you on Rampage, you're going to be spitting out diamonds.
You know those two little dipshits, the Private Party, they can wear as many watches as they want. It will never be their time as long as Jurassic Express is here. Now, you won't be leaving Rampage with our #1 contender spot, but it is Christmas. So, Matt, you should get your guys something nice. So head on over to shopaew.com.
Oh, we're going to plug the shirts. All right. Looks good. Jungle Boy's vest. All right, Isaiah Cassidy and Jungle Boy. Hook and Bear Bronson. Oh, yes. And Layla Hirsch and Chris Statlander. That's who they put Hook in there with? That's the craziest. And Sammy and Cody, of course. That's the most random opponent ever for Hook. So I guess they want to show that he can beat a big guy, too. Might want him, if he did a lot of mat-based stuff, maybe he does a little sticking and moving and flying around now when he's working with a big guy. You're not going to be, like, putting holds on him when he's 4 times your weight, so... Wednesday, he's going to be back. So New Year's Smash is also going to be Cargill and Thunder Rosa. New Year's Smash, right on. That's going to be what, 29th, right? We'll be here. Hook is going to beat Hangman. I don't know about that. All right, here we go. Not sure how much physical interaction. It's going to be interesting how they book this match to see how much physical interaction we get between MJF and CM Punk. I love FTR. Yeah, this is FTR's hometown too, or home area. They're on that side of the state. I know that much. Somewhere in the Asheville area where Edge lives. I'm assuming FTR probably, as kids, attended a lot of wrestling shows in that building, just like I did. I love FTR's theme. The Sting hat. Oh, I was about to say, does he have some creepy ass makeup? He kind of looks like the Joker Sting a little bit. He's just got some red in there. Wearing a CM Punk shirt. Oh, he's got CM Punk shit on his forehead. That's what it is. That's cool. Sting. I don't know. I don't know, man. Back in the day, I don't think you could be walking around claiming you were straight edge. You were crooked as shit. Oh, that's right, Angie. I forgot you could have probably made the trip. Yeah. Yikes. Post office. Holiday time. Girl, I don't even want to think about what you're going through. You could just do what Newman did on Seinfeld and just pile this shit up and, well, they'll find out. You'll get in trouble. All right, here comes Punk. So Darby's getting the final baby entrance. Or no, Punk is, excuse me. Darby's out there. Well, I love it. I love it. Check out his paint. That's some old school Sting paint there. Blade Runner Punk. I kind of like that they're wearing each other's shit. Yeah, that team looks pretty good. Darby's ready. Sting's ready. Looks weird on Punk, though. I almost don't recognize the paint because it's Punk's face. Yeah, it's some more Surfer Sting era stuff. That's for sure. That's some 89, 1989, 1990 paint. Maybe 91, somewhere in there, I would think. Yeah, he's wearing that shit before a couple guys in this match were born. Not sure if Darby was born for that either. Loving Darby's pink shit. Yeah, Punk. Yeah, Punk does look like an evil clown. He does kind of. He looks like a cheap clown you'd hire for a kid's birthday who shows up drunk. Punk's inhaling paint fumes. So much for straight edge. I can't imagine that face paint can be that bad for you. Fumes can't be that bad. They wouldn't let you put it on your face. I've never painted my face, ever. How hard? I don't know how hard that shit is to get off, but I just wouldn't want to do it. Like during when Halloween would come around, I had so many guy friends that would like dress up as girls, and I couldn't do it because I wouldn't be able to stand the makeup on my face. Like I can't feel any of that. It drives me nuts. I can barely even put chapstick on because I just don't like it. So I don't think I could handle any sort of paint or anything on my face. A lot of my guy friends thought it'd be so funny, put a dress on and high heels and stuff. It was hilarious, but I'm like, I just couldn't do it. I'm like, I don't want lipstick on my lips. It feels weird. Yeah, like MJF's going to be starting this. He's going to be great. Watch this. I'm curious if him and CM Punk even do anything. This is very cool seeing CM Punk in the ring with FTR. Yeah, I don't know what Shivani's trying to say here, but I'm pretty sure Sting got like his first title shot in this building. I thought it was 89, but Shivani's saying 88. I also wouldn't want to do it. Like Jeff Hardy was just talking in that Broken Skull Sessions about his face paint and how long he takes to put it on. I wouldn't want to make that a part of my daily routine. And have to go to the show and fucking spend 2 hours in front of a mirror doing that shit. I mean, I want to be out chilling, you know. I want to be doing something other than painting my face. Darby and Cash. I forgot what FTR's names in WWE even was. It was Dash Wilder and Lonnie Donegan. I don't remember what the other one was named. I didn't even notice the Sting trunks. Jesus, thank you for pointing that out, Yuichiro. I really like that they're rocking each other's shit. That's very cool between Punk and Sting. You love that. Love to see that. So you got Punk face paint and gear on Sting and Sting face paint and gear on Punk. That's awesome. There goes MJF literally running. I mean, Punk's even wearing the Sting boots. Like he's got, I wonder if that's Sting shit that he loaned to him, or if Punk said, or Punk just got some Sting stuff made for this. That's very awesome. Scott Dawson, thanks. Not Lonnie Donegan. I was close. Anybody know where the Lonnie Donegan reference comes from? Oof. Oh, that's cool. The Dorton Arena in Raleigh. Yeah, Sting was there many times. I went to one WCW house show in the Carolinas in like, I think it was 89. I think it was 89. Flair was there. Luger was there. Ron Simmons. So I think it was 89 when I went to that. That's awesome. You still got it, Chance. Sting is in the ring, wrestling a match in Greensboro right now in front of my face. It's kind of cool to say that out loud. With me not being 13 years old saying it. Somebody is texting me. Oh, my phone. I know, I'm really Oh, MJF is literally running out of the building. I'm being tired of being reminded of what time to be there on Christmas. I'm like, I'll be there, y'all. Don't worry. They are way gone. They're going to maybe MJF just wanted to get some nachos. They're usually good at stadiums. Oh, they're way over there. Oh, he's running way down. I hope y'all got your cardio up. They literally just ran around the building. I'd be gassed. Here comes Darby. Look at him. He's in a suicide. Jesus, torpedo. Took them all out. Picked up the spare. Fucking awesome. I don't know, sooner or later, Darby's going to injure himself. You could see him coming, too. As soon as the camera caught a glimpse of him, I'm like, oh, shit. He's going to do his Darby dive. It's like, I'm glad he took out all three of them and killed somebody else, since he was killed earlier this week by Cora Jade on Twitter. Good to see Darby back on his feet, taking out motherfuckers. I could run the stairs and back down them if it was just like in a vacuum, just doing that. But like when you're wrestling a match and you got the adrenaline and you got the crowd and you're already breathing heavy and then you run it up there and then you run it back down, that's how you get gassed. You know, if you just did it independently with nobody in the building, did it by yourself, you'd be fine. But like with all that stuff going on, I'd be, you know, I'm out of breath doing my podcast sometimes, you know, so like doing that shit is pretty funny. Yeah, and it wasn't going to be Sting doing it. Punk's like, last time I ran through the crowd, I had a title belt in my refrigerator. Although that probably wasn't the last time. I actually do think that if CM Punk ever wins the AEW title, he should do the belt in the refrigerator. Oh, no. This is in sync or something. I have to turn it down because if YouTube hears it, that is going to be trouble. It happened a few weeks ago. I don't even know if it matters. I just try to be extra careful. But I think I had gotten up. I left the volume on. I'd gotten up to go to the bathroom during commercial, and then like Backstreet Boys was playing, but I was like pissing, and I'm like, no. And I'm trying to like finish up so I can run back over to the computer and like turn the volume down. Didn't matter, but I thought it was funny. That's right. Well, again, was that the last time he was in the crowd, though? But yeah, when Punk was already champion and they did that bit on Raw and he closed the show by retreating into the crowd and some fan had hit him in the head and he turned around and whacked him and beat the shit out of him. Oh, that was Backstreet Boys? They're the exact same to me. I always forget which songs are which when I hear a Backstreet Boys or NSYNC song. It's like, I know it's one of them. That much I do know. And of course, if it's Hanson, I'm going to know right away because they're my favorite. Yeah, and the Punk and the backhand to that fan, it wasn't even him. He wasn't even the guy that bumped CM Punk's head that triggered him. He hit a completely innocent guy. Darby doesn't give a shit about his neck. Yeah, he doesn't now. He will. He will when he's older. When I was young, I used to always think it was funny that people's knees hurt and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, that seems impossible. Mine feel great. Here I am in my mid-40s, and these things are, my wheels are busted. I'm sorry you guys didn't come to the Christmas party. There was like 4 people at your Christmas party, Tony, although you are pretty lucky. If I'm going to go to a party of 4 people, you know, I kind of like Tony's vibe. I'd like to go to one of those parties. Raleigh, January 12th. Nice. They're going to be hanging around the Carolinas for a while then, huh? This isn't Battle of the Belts all in Charlotte? You just got to get MJF just like he's doing now with Darby. But Darby escapes and gets some quick hot tag to Punk before MJF can dive out of there. Yeah, well, you're going to get there, Alex. Joints are going to ache. I feel actually very good for somebody my age. Like, my knees right now don't hurt, but sometimes they do. Knees are funny. Knees will hurt you sometimes they won't. I have very volatile strength in my legs and my knees. Like, sometimes I can be holding weights in my hand and being on the ground and just lift myself right up. And other times, if I got nothing in my hands, I need help, like, lifting myself up. It just depends on how they're doing that day. And it's really, really weird. I'm sure weather plays a factor too. I'm lucky. I live in a very warm place. But, if you're dealing in bitter cold temperatures and, or fluctuations in temperature, that probably affects it. But my knees crack. They pop. And a lot of times that hurts. But overall, I still feel really good. I feel like I did 10 years ago because my shit was already starting to hurt in my mid-30s. But I don't have arthritis yet. My shoulders are good. I had shoulder problems before. God, look at Darby. He literally looks like he's unconscious, just flailing his arms. Poor Pinnacle has got so much face paint all over their bodies. Playing with their food a little bit. Darby with the slam and he falls back. Oh, he's going to hit them all. Go, Sting. It's got to be such a thrill for FTR just to be in there and selling for Sting. Man, Sting. Oh. He's got the Scorpion Deathlock on him. Oh, MJF, you bastard. All right, one more picture-in-picture. That should be the last one. We got 12 minutes till the end of the show. Oh, of course, Jay Lambo. Carolina's wrestling history is well documented. It's a hotbed. Always has been. And it remained one. It really has remained a wrestling area, even from when I lived there. Back in the Attitude Era and stuff, and I'd be going to the shows in Greensboro, Charlotte, Raleigh, Fayetteville. It'd just be packed, and even now, I think they still have a good fan base there in that part of the country. Oh, these pharmaceutical commercials just trip me out. And I'm like, the side effects, I'm like, I'll just keep whatever the disease is. I don't want the side effects. I don't want a bloody anus again. Manic episodes, eye problems, loss of sight, loss of taste, loss of feeling, hearing loss, eyeball falls out, third ear grows out of your nipple. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, no, I'll just keep whatever's wrong with me. I'll keep that. So I fart a lot. Big deal. I don't want to take a pill that's going to give me eyeballs falling out. I'll eat In-N-Out every now and then. I don't consider it as much as a staple as a lot of Californians do, but I will. I have an In-N-Out right next to me. Last two places I've lived, I've had one 50 yards away from pretty much where I live. This one's a little further than that. Yeah, next watch along is Sunday night, Starrcade 1993, and then that's going to be it. It's going to be WrestleManias and Royal Rumbles probably for the next 3 months. So it's going to be a lot of fun in January and so forth. Anybody who's here, since we got 10 minutes left in the show, if you feel like smashing the thumbs up button, I'd appreciate that. Side effects include watching Monday Night Raw every week and enjoying it. That would be a pretty alarming side effect if you actually started liking that nonsense. Although that might be a blessing. Like if they sold medication that would make you like what you saw, might be easier to get through. Probably improve the YouTube audiences a little bit. I mean, I know legally they have to disclose all those side effects, but I swear the side effects are the funniest part of most of those commercials. I'm like, that's worse than what you're trying to treat. Why would you take something that will give you something worse, or could potentially, I should say. These are just side effects. Small portions of their focus group suffer from these, but still. I'm like, if I had a chance that my asshole falls out, I'm just not going to take the pill, you know? Sting. I said Sting is wearing the gear, but Punk riling up the crowd here. And Sting's getting worked over hard. Oh, yeah, freeze frame. I will put the link to that Q&A up real soon. I'll do that this weekend maybe. We're doing that a week from tomorrow, the 30th. So we'll be up here for Dynamite on the 29th, and then the very next day, we'll be here 1 week from tonight, I should say, watching Dynamite, and then the next day we'll do the Q&A. I got to stick a link up for that pretty soon. Oh. The massive head. Oh. Did Punk botch that entrance into the match? He tried to jump. I thought he was going to do a springboard off the top, and then he kind of changed directions and just entered the ring instead. Big bulldog clothesline combo from Punk. That looked good. Top rope, high cross to Cash. 2. Still 7 minutes left in this match, so they got a lot of time to do shit here. We either got time for a good finish or maybe a surprise. Punk's calling for the go to sleep on Cash. Blind tag from Dax. Punk's fighting them both off here. God, I'm loving Punk's Sting gear. It just looks so good. Looks like the poor Pinnacle's got bruises all over him, but it's just all the face paint rubbed off of Darby and Sting and Punk. Yeah, Punk's done fine. Punk was always a good hand. He was never like a super athletic guy, but he knew how to work. He's not as mobile. He's not as quick as a lot of guys, but he knows how to... Oh. He can have good matches, man. Hey, if he's going to do this for a suplex, he's got a lot of work to do because Punk's not even in position. Oh. Oh, that top rope brainbuster is super gnar. I can't believe I've even seen that hit properly a couple of times. Ooh, he's going for it, isn't he? He's going to do it. Oh, no, they're going for the... What do they call that? Power play? Oh, my God. I actually thought they were going to get CM Punk for a second there. Back in like the 90s, Hercules and Paul Roma used that as a finish. And I got to say, I've never been a Paul Roma fan. He was real good at timing that to where when FTR did it, like Cash didn't jump for the splash until the suplex was done, where Roma would jump while the superplex was still going on in the air and he would just land it. It was incredible. He would jump so early and somehow time it pretty good most of the time. Oh, somebody went through a table over there. We didn't catch that. Camera didn't catch that. I'm assuming it's... Yeah, power and glory, man. And Roma was good at that. One of the only things he was good at. He could get up there and hit that thing very, very perfectly. Yeah, MJF has been hiding this whole time. Yellow-bellied skunk, says Excalibur. Yellow-bellied skunk. I got to start using that. Start calling people that at work. See what happens. Take this food out to table 5, you yellow-bellied skunk. Yeah, I think Dax is cut open on his eye. Ref's got the gloves on. Go to sleep. Nope. Oh, Shatter Machine. Or what's it called now? Big Rig. Oh, Sting's right there to break this up. Well, Sting was in there way too early because you would think that Dax should not have even made that cover with Sting that close to him. Oh, now MJF's got Punk. He slithered back in there after everybody's been... Oh, crotched MJF. Those trunks just got a little bit more yellow. Oh, my God. Now, that was very cool of Cash. You see how quickly he slid over there to make sure MJF was all right? He came down right on his head, but he's fine. Look, referee's already back in the ring. Cash was over there instantly to ask him. Jesus Christ, Sting, you're making me... Shh. Top rope high cross to the floor by Sting in Greensboro in 2021. Nearly 2022. Holy Christ. He did land. You know, he landed on his head, but FTR caught him. they made sure that he didn't come down on the full force, so he just kind of gave it a little roll. He was fine. Oh, he's going to GTS bullet. Oh, right into the Scorpion. Death drop. Oh, and a coffin. Oh, he's way too far. Wow. That was cool. Dax got MJF out of there, took the bullet for him, and ate a GTS, followed by a Scorpion death drop, but he was way too far for the coffin drop, but Darby just YOLO'd it and fucking hit it with him anyway. So yeah, fuck it. And he went for it and he hit it. Jesus, that was awesome. What a thrill for Punk, too, you know. He was already gone by the time Sting came in to WWE. They never got a chance to do anything. Jeez. That was a fun main event. Sting. Darby still went hard on that coffin drop. Yeah, well, Sting's going to have most of his paint on because he's probably going to do the least amount of work, which should be that way. He's 60. You got to take care of Sting out there. Yeah, that to me, that looked like, I think MJF is fine. His head might hurt a little bit from that bump, but I don't think he had any sort of, it didn't look like he hit hard enough to have any sort of concussion. I think FTR caught him. I think he survived that just fine. Yes, Mike, it was an excellent main event. It was very good. Thank you for that, Rodrigo. We're going to be signing off, and that was an excellent holiday bash, I think. And next week will be fun for the New Year's bash or whatever it is. And then we've got the first ever TBS Dynamite coming up 2 weeks from tonight on January 5th, which will also be interesting. So AEW's got a lot of good stuff on tap this Friday. They've got TNT title match with Cody and Sammy, which should be really good on their big Christmas night show, which I'm sure is going to be taped now. Tonight's show was very fun. Winter is coming. Last week was great, and we got the rematch announced for January 5th, Danielson and Page again for the title. This time I think we're actually going to get a winner. And they set a lot of fun stuff up tonight, so I thought the show was good. Sounds like it was a lot better than what everybody dealt with on Monday with Monday Night Raw, for sure. So that is going to be it for me. Yes, Mike, watch along this Sunday. We're going to do Starrcade 1993. And besides that, I think I'm going to have some mic drops. I had a video I was going to release tomorrow that's not ready. I'm just going to release it next week. But I also have some small pieces of content that I could upload in the next couple of days. I'm not even sure. But if I don't, I want you guys to have a great Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, all that stuff, holiday, whatever you're doing for the holidays or whatever you celebrate. Please have a great one. And the next time you will see me for sure is going to be 1 week from tonight for the Dynamite watch along. But I think you're going to get some content on the channel prior to that. And then, of course, 1 week from tomorrow, we're here to send the new year off, or send the year off with the big end-of-year Q&A, and then we're going to welcome 2022 in on January 1st with a day one review. So even though here in the next couple days will be a little quiet on the channel, a lot of content coming starting next week. So I hope you guys have a great holiday. Thank you again for being here every Wednesday, being so supportive of the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting that like button. And make sure you shoot me a follow over on Twitter if you want to chat or talk or anything like that during the holidays. I'll be saying a lot of stuff on there and discussing wrestling goodies over on that platform until we get back up here on YouTube and start getting back to business. So thank you again, Victor, Deshaun, Michael, all my mods, everybody else who joined us tonight. I appreciate it, and I will catch you very soon in the next couple of days. But until then, happy holidays. Peace.